It's Tuesday. We're here in Jacksonville, Florida. It was a crazy travel day. I got in here at 6:30 in the morning. I took a plane out of New York at 6:30 in the morning after having gone to see a Kimbra King concert last night, which was an amazing experience. And what up, Logan? I see my cousin Logan saying hey. It was an amazing experience. And during the concert, Kimbra brought up the fact that there was, I can't remember the guy's name from the Grammys, said that the reason there weren't that many female winners in the major categories this year was because women needed to step it up. And I think hearing that and seeing that was fitting, as I had finally figured out what I was going to write about. And without further ado, I think the nerves are settled and I'm going to get into it. My time is up. I spent 3 days this week writing, rewriting, editing, erasing, fighting, struggling, anxious, and pacing. It felt like my pencil was slogging through quicksand, my thoughts in a vortex of equations. I hadn't planned for the outcome of this problem to cause me frustrations. This lightning creation, a synapse migration, a dawning formation, a woozy vexation. Causation? Our continued stagnation, unquestioned prostration, unpunished, unchastened, the change we must hasten. The stakes are grave and we have to be brazen. In summation, a slave I have been my whole life in this nation. The dollar, my master, required occupation. My blackness a burden, though biracially blatant. But no matter the challenge, being male upgrades my station. I cannot divorce that subconscious sensation. The mirror on me cannot be rotated. I may be shot by police, but I'll still be more compensated than a woman my height, my race, my complexion. They'll say, wow, he was smart. She'll get mad. She was sexy. And I'll get a handshake, her unwanted affection. I'll get ahead, her a deceptive erection supplied by a man who's been poisoned from his very inception. My time is up. It's Monday. I'm sitting on a Southwest airplane observing humanity as I do every day. Mamba mentality. Over the last few years, I have contemplated very deeply about what my place in male entitlement is and how I can combat it. You see, I live a solution-based existence. Since I was a very little kid, my mom and I had an understanding. In order for us to get out of our apartment with church-donated furniture and out of the Sisyphean loop of past due notices and credit card late fees, we needed to trust each other. She needed to trust that I could make high-quality, independent decisions, and in exchange, I could trust that she would unwaveringly support my choice of education and career. By doing the work necessary to outachieve her workplace peers in a job that was ever presently making her aware of the inevitability of the glass ceiling. Women with only high school diplomas are statistically prevented from succeeding above their male counterparts with college degrees in the corporate structure. And she, with her North Dakota high school degree, beat all of them. As a result, I learned how to solve problems. But not the ones in textbooks. I learned how to solve everyday human problems. Before elementary school even ended, I knew how to wash my own clothes, make my mom and I full-on breakfast meals, and would demand to be a voice in deciding what the monthly budgeting of the bills would be. All of that to say is I take visceral pride in coming up with solutions to human problems. It's why I love being an actor. How do I create reality from a set of imaginary parameters and do it instantly and consistently? But in this moment, on this Monday, on this plane, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that I don't have a solution because my time is up. I, though learned and empathetic, am spoiled with the rot of greedy American patriarchy. A value system drugged by power and propelled by a self-sustaining engine of inequality. An engine masterfully designed by the founders of our country based purely on the egotism of the European colonist. 1. Establish an ideology of equality. 2, gift that arbitrary equality to the people you need help from, and the people you don't need help from, demonize them. Call them enemies of equality and freedom and pit the groups against each other. 3, once you've devoured the resources you want, shed the skin. Release your ally and set up fictitious rules that they must follow to maintain their equality, all the while knowing that the rules are a blank check, and they will believe that their enemy is what is actually preventing their freedom, not you, America, the orchestrator and philosopher of the original ideology, a self-sustaining engine of inequality. America is guilty of this right now. The immigrants are taking all of the jobs. Yeah, but how do we have a shortage of jobs considering our stock market is at an all-time high? Because we blame the poor coming into the country who are ready to work instead of the wealthy corporation who takes all of the work out of the country. Self-sustaining engine. The blacks and Latinos fill up the prisons. They need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Yeah, but the prison and bail bond systems are privately set up to corral the poor like sheep and take bribes from the rich to release. I mean, the bribes are in the form of private lawyer fees. So for the legal economy, you take the rich people's money and make sure wealthy white folk don't go to prison for doing illegal manipulation of the country's laws. And they crashed our economy. But without criminals to put into the private prison can't make money. So then you manipulate the laws to keep the poor criminals as a revolving door of prison economy. A self-sustaining engine. And most importantly for our topic today, women are paid less while graduating college at a higher rate, promoted less, rewarded less, awarded less, while literally birthing all of human existence. They're disproportionately assaulted and raped. And to put salt on the wound, in America, we have the highest maternal mortality rate at birth than any other developed nation. And still we tell them, work harder. Don't be a bitch. Don't wear a skirt too high, but don't wear a frumpy dress. Better toss on some makeup if the boss you want to try to impress. Don't drink too much, but damn girl, loosen up. Don't make eye contact with a stranger, but it's rude not to look up. Take everything as a compliment. Decide selectively when to be dominant, and every second be cognizant of everyone else. Your needs? Nah, they're not as prominent. Just say no. Just say no louder. Just say no at the top of your lungs, screaming. And if you're assaulted, it's not your fault. But we're going to ask you questions like it is. You didn't say anything that caused you to be sexually harassed, but you might have been asking for it. Yeah, America. You make these claims that all men are created equal includes women. But then why is it that every second of every day you undermine that with more and more arbitrary rules for women to survive by? It's because the self-sustaining engine was created by the same old white men that we put on monuments, on mountains, and name musicals after. And every single one of us is fueling it with our conditioned complicity. And so, my time is up. It does not matter that I was raised to respect women. It does not matter that I am a champion of women's rights. It does not matter that I have tried to make myself a sounding board for my female friends. It does not matter that I've never intended to use my maleness to get ahead of a female competitor. Because the fact of the matter is, I have definitely used my 6'1", broad-shouldered, confident smile to achieve some goal that may have probably yielded an equally qualified female candidate not to get it. And this is the toughest part. See? It's like a white person saying, but my ancestors didn't own slaves. So the fuck what, idiot? They lived in a state where black people were lynched and beaten daily and benefited in that society from being white. Their inaction does not make them exempt from the totality of slavery and Jim Crow. So men, all of us, Station Head, Facebook Live, Grammys, Oscars, at the fucking hotel I'm staying at, anywhere in the United States of America, and fuck it, we're gonna say globally. All of us. I say it to myself as much as I say it to all of you. I don't mean no disrespect, y'all, but so the fuck what? Every single one of us has benefited from being a man. Accept it. Harvey fucking Weinstein, I don't even say your name right, you piece of shit. Fuck him. Bill Cosby, fuck him. Donald Trump, fuck him. Larry Nassar, go straight to hell. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. James Franco, so the fuck what? Aziz Ansari, so the fuck what? Insert your name, man, so the fuck what? Kyle Robert Carter, so the fuck what? I am a person who seeks out every objective angle in creating solutions. And in this case, right now, the only logical thing the evidence pointed me to was to put a wall-length mirror in front of myself and be honest. I am not immune to the infection of the male patriarchy. I am not exempt from the problem. Fellas, this is the really, really, really tough part. Because everything society has ever told you, as long as you've known it, is that as long as you didn't do anything wrong, then there isn't a problem. Entitlement and harassment is only if someone complains about it, and they better have probable evidence to even start up a debate. My dude, that is the same old trick America has pulled since its inception. We pulled that trick on the Native Americans. We pulled that trick on the slaves. We're actively pulling that trick on the Middle East. Think about it. A drone strike isn't the murder of actual innocent people as long as we kill the target who was going to kill us. Let's take it to the UN to decide. My G, you dropped a bomb on people you don't even know. Motherfucker, that is murder. You can call it defending freedom if you want, but you murdered people. And we pull these same tricks on our women. Accept it. And now, like a person who did some shit they're not proud of, which we all have, shut up with the excuses of what you did and didn't do, what you thought or what you didn't think. And let's actually do the work necessary to create a safer value system for our women to exist in that ain't this old white patriarchal bullshit. We got to start from the bottom right now. We have to wake up every single morning, look ourselves in the mirror, and tell our brains and every single brain of our sons and daughters that women are individually equal beings and do not deserve to be treated solely as toys, eye candy, makeup dolls, sex things, or any other object meant to serve male wants and desires. If we do this, then we will no longer have, as Tupac called it, a race of babies who hate the ladies. Hear people's voices that aren't your voice. Find people that don't look like you and listen to them, especially women's voices. If you already support your wife's voice, congratulations. Now go out and find 5 more women's voices to support. I will do my part. I will go to work for this. I promise that I will hold myself accountable. And men listening, I implore you to do the same, because our time is up. And with that said, tonight's guest is one of my favorite writers, and a name y'all better get in your head, because if Disney keeps messing up and giving me these paychecks, I will gladly produce all of her work my damn self. So we're going to take a quick music break and let that settle in, and we're going to come back and talk to Brooklyn-based writer Gina Femian. She's a boss, and I can't wait. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here on I Don't Mean No Disrespect, y'all. And we'll be back after the music break. And let's play, oh yeah, get it. Since Kimber was on my mind anyway, let's listen to a little Kimber.
I wanna settle down. I wanna settle down. Won't you settle down with me? Settle down. We can settle at a table for two. Won't you wine and dine with me? Settle down. I wanna